We're very close now. The Dogman has not completely finished his change, but we found tracks here. I'm going to show you. It's rare to get these. This is an exclusive YouTube first here, brought to you by us. Should be worth 1 million views. We've caught him right in the middle of his change. Clearly starting to change into his canine form right there, bursting right out of his boots. Only on the left one, eh? Right there, eh? So we know it's going to take some time because the right foot hasn't started to change yet. We'll be very clear here. Make sure we show you. There are actual toe prints here in the end with nail marks and everything, eh? Look at that. Good morning, guys. Out in the swamp. Plus 8 degrees today. Rain. Warm temperatures all week. We're gonna lose this snow. And I spent half a day yesterday getting the snow machine ready, so strange times. 2021. Here we are, mid-December, and we don't have a tenth of the normal amount of snow we have, and the little bit that we do have, we're about to lose. Kind of foggy and misty. Adds a surreal quality to the forest. Like you're in some kind of fairy tale grim setting. It's hard enough to stay engaged this time of year without Mother Nature jerking you around, you know. We're in that in-between phase where you can't really go sledding, you can't go ice fishing. The photography is dark and gloomy and poor. It's hard to stay motivated to get out and enjoy. It's actually getting so wet here. I may have to turn around and go back because the camcorder is not going to do well in the rain. It's not like the the 360 or the GoPro or something that we can take out in any weather. And it's actually got quite a bit of water on top of the camera. For now, we'll keep going. I wanted to talk to you guys about cameras. Is one of the things I wanted to talk about. I mentioned before I'm thinking about getting the new Sony a7 IV. Well, I've been doing a lot of research. I've been kind of flip-flopping back and forth. And I don't know that I can pull the trigger on that camera. And there's one reason why I can't do it, and that's price. So for all of you guys that know photography stuff, we know it's not a cheap hobby to begin with. But I just feel that things have gotten so unreal. It's like we're living in the Matrix. We've skipped dimensions here. I paid $2,000 last January for a new graphics card. Before that, the highest end, best of the best that I had ever bought was $680. And that was very high end. That was the Gary has gone crazy on this purchase. And then last year, $2,000. Well, the same thing seems to be happening. I mean, cameras have been at an all-time high for a few years, but this a7 IV, which is marketed as Sony's most basic mirrorless camera, $3,200 plus tax. I'm just like, I don't know what to do with that. I already have an a7R III and I already have an a6600, both of which work, still do all of the things they need to do. The reason I want to upgrade the a7R III is not a quality issue, it's I dropped it and I damaged the rear screen over a year ago, so I've been using it without full functionality. The other option is that Gary drops another $500 or $600 and sends that camera into Sony and gets it repaired. And I just can't bite the bullet on doing that either because I've already spent $200 on that camera. You know, I'm kind of in disbelief the state that we're in for electronics and things. And the fact that people keep buying these things at these prices is blowing me away. We're never going to get realistic, normal prices again. $3,000 for the base camera. Who can afford that? I mean, people who aren't running YouTube channels and doing weddings and all of the professional photography stuff. What are these guys buying for cameras? I guess they're just using their phones. I guess I've just hit on the reason why. What's going on is 95% of you guys are just using your phones. And us idiots that were raised to use a lens and pay for the top quality, we're really paying for it now. And I don't think this guy's willing to pay anymore. And do you guys know how long it would take to pay off a $3,000 purchase? With the money I make on this channel? And I don't take the whole money from a month and say, oh, the camera just made $1,200 or $800. No, because if I'm metal detecting, then I say, you know, if we made $100 from the metal detecting videos, I say the metal detectors made that $100. That's how we justify the new metal detecting equipment, right? I'm really struggling with the just enjoy what you have, be happy with what you have. I'm totally hypnotized by marketing and the whole schism of new every year, right? It's not like there's a treatment for this. It's not like I can sit down and meditate and convince myself that I don't need anything new, because trust me, I try. I go through cycles. You see, I keep switching this camcorder back and forth. I can only last about a minute before I've got to switch hands because it's heavy. The quality is fantastic. I love this, but I wish this was in a different form, like a small a6600 body with a lens. And you guys saw how that turned out for me. We bought the a6600 thinking it's tiny. We're gonna use a little 24mm lens on there, which we bought, a $100 video lens. And the thing is so jerky all over the place. I think we did 3 videos with it. It's unusable. The stabilization on this is great. It's not as wide as I want, and it's heavy. It's really heavy to carry around. It's great for the tripod work if we want to film any bush stuff, you know, dripping water off the leaves. But to carry this thing around and vlog for you guys, I've got one arm that looks like Arnie's arm. Just the right one. The left one is still kind of weak. See, look. A little weak. Whew, check out that right one though. Arnie would be proud of that baby. That's from vlogging for you guys for the last 9 months with this AX700 camcorder. So we're supposed to do smoker slash barbecue slash fire today at Tom's, but it's raining. I don't think anybody wants to go out and sit in this all day. We'll see. I know Tom and I are always up for a beer and a rib fest, but yeah, I guess I just have to slow my roll and really think about, you know, maybe there's better things to spend my money on instead of new gear every year. This camera is new, you know, I mean, we just bought this in January. The AX53, we used that for 2.5 years before we bought this one. And I have to say, I was happy with the AX53 in most regards, but there never seems to be the perfect camera. The AX53, the audio on it is terrible. I don't know if I just got a bad camcorder, because I've had 8 or 9 Sony camcorders over the years, and none of them have had that issue that it has, where I have to use an external mic and point it forward when I'm in front of the camera, backwards when I'm behind the camera, or you guys literally can't hear me. If I turn the camera around, you don't hear me on the AX53. The 4K footage off of it it's okay. I thought it was pretty good until we got this camera. Then I realized what good 4K footage looks like. This camera is at least, you know, twice as clear. The autofocus system there's no comparison. That's the other thing with the AX53 is I have to manually, if I'm talking to you guys like this, we're in autofocus right now. There is a box tracking my face, and it's working even here in the dark forest. On the AX53, I would have had to put this into manual focus mode, set it for 0.2 meters, and then I turn the camera around, start filming other things, and I forget that it's in manual focus mode, and we lose a lot of shots that way. We also lose a lot of shots with the audio because I forget to flip the mic. So after 2.5 years of that, it kind of became painful. Does that camera still work? Yeah. And where I like to take it is on night investigations, because it's half the weight of this camera. And yeah, you know what, if things are out of focus at night, it's a little creepier, right? I watch Camera Conspiracies on YouTube. He's a funny Canadian guy down in Toronto. And he basically has the same issues that I do. He can't find the perfect camera. That's what his whole channel, Camera Conspiracies, is on, right? He tests different stuff. He plays with different phones, action cameras, you name it, he tries it, tests it. Ooh, cinematic glory behind us of Gage running through the forest there. And, you know, he's come to the same conclusion that I have. There is no perfect camera. There just isn't. I have to carry, you know, either multiple bodies or multiple lenses or multiple styles, like an action camera, a camcorder, a still camera. So I've always got a bag of gear with me. And then you kind of realize that's because it's all in your head. It's all in your own head. If I think back to the first camera that I learned on, it was a film camera from 1972 that my grandfather bought, a Canon A1. And when I went to college, 20 years after the fact, after him buying this, we had to purchase an old DSLR camera and a manual lens, and that's how we were taught photography. So my grandfather said, here, take my camera. And you know what? It was good enough for many years until the era of digital came out. And then ever since digital came out, I've been upgrading constantly, nonstop for the past 20 years. I think I just have to put my foot down and say enough is enough. We have good enough equipment. And you know what? You guys have never complained. I have never had a customer, a paying wedding job. I've never had anyone complain about the quality of their photographs. Everyone has been over the moon. And some of the equipment that I have is not the best, the old stuff. Water dripping on the camera, I'm sure you heard that. We're making our way back to the house right now. I gotta stop, and I left the tripod behind for a little bit. We'll reacquire that and make our way, continue on back towards the house. Obviously Gage is on the scent trail of something here, and when we look up we see the dark blob over there. So let's zoom in 500% and see if we can make out a Sam Squanch. Look at that, I see eyes right there, guys. I'll have to show you on the computer. I see a set of eyes right there, you see? Look at those eyes. That right there is why I don't zoom in when I'm walking through the forest. Hey, Squatch, he's all around you. See that blob right there? Clearly a Sasquatch in that tree. We saw the eyes. I think I'm going to title this video, Dogman and Sasquatch in the Same Forest. See how many views we can get on that. We're going to make this channel grow one way or another. Gary's going to buy himself a new A7 Mark IV with the proceeds. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, you hear that wind? It just got real creepy out here. I don't know if you, seriously, I don't know if you guys can hear that. The wind has picked up. I guess I didn't know. Ooh, warm blast of wind in my face. That is odd, it's warm. Coming out of the east. I seriously didn't know what I was getting into when I started this Bigfoot series. You know, I obviously have an interest and a true belief that this thing could exist. I had my own experience, an audio experience, whether it was an actual cryptid or something else, I don't know, but it haunted me for many years. That is all true. We have done our best to scientifically use all the gear, you know, modern technology that we can. We've tried to use science, we've tried to remain logical and present that to people. People don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear logical reasoning. I have some of you guys telling me that we've filmed a Bigfoot on this channel. I'm simply stating the fact that 100% I believe we have never filmed a Bigfoot. And if you think we did, you're Cracker Jacks. Show me the footage and don't show me a zoomed in. I don't want anything zoomed in. And I get this all the time. Guys are sending me clips from my own videos all the time, zoomed in 100, 200, 500%. No, I don't want to see that. I want to see normal 35mm film, digital, 4K. You know, me filming Gage and there's a Sasquatch in the background. If you can show me that on my own footage without having to zoom in, I will eat my words. I will eat my socks. And trust me, they're in some pretty nasty boots right now. And I will. We'll do a video on it. Gary will eat his socks. You just show me. You show me the Bigfoot that I filmed. There is something else we've filmed. I'm sure we have filmed paranormal stuff on this channel. We have. I know we have. I've got the voices. I've presented it to you guys. Weird flashing lights. I've presented it to you guys. I think my interest is turning more to that. Now, I mentioned Trickster the other night in the video. And I actually had a couple of you guys say, who and or what is the Trickster? Well, we're going to do a video on it, okay? It comes from Native Legend. And basically, yeah, it's scary. I'm almost back at the house. There is salvation right there. We're going to save the video camera from getting flooded. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I know I'm a bit all over the place in this video, but I don't apologize. We got out, we made a video, we had a good talk. These are the things that are on my mind, right? When I bring you guys with me. I'm really caught up in the photography hunt right now and the new gear quest, which I'm trying to quelch. So if you have some advice for Gary, if you have some advice on what Gary should buy, comment below. No, don't do that. We're gonna settle with what we have. We've already decided. We've already agreed that that is the best course of action. Unless you know of any really good sales on right now. Hey, I just made it out of the bush. Come over to Tom's. I guess we're doing this. This smoker is smoking. What's he got in there? Smoke. That's what we got in there. And finally, I ask all my faithful viewers, you know who the 300 of you guys are, maybe 500. Watch, rewatch, and then rewatch this video again because I want the Dogman Sasquatch to shoot up the YouTube ranks. Let's do this. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you in the next adventure.